Okay, so a couple years back, New Jersey elected Phil Murphy for governor. And the SJW mentality was just permeating off of his entire campaign. In my other channel, I really followed that election, and I just knew this guy was a regressive progressive that let's just get into this story because I believe this is too stupid for words. Mississippi governor reacts to Murphy removing flag from a Liberty State Park from the Associated Press. The governor of Mississippi says he is disappointed in a decision by his counterpart in New Jersey to remove the southern state's flag from a park overlooking the Statue of Liberty. Republican Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant said in a statement Friday that I am disappointed in Governor Murphy's actions. As I have repeatedly said, the voters of Mississippi should decide what the state flag is or is not. Very fair. The Mississippi flag includes the Confederate battle emblem in the upper left corner, which is the entire reason Murphy even started all of this. Boy. Democratic Governor Phil Murphy on Friday ordered the removal of the flag from a display of state flags at Liberty State Park. He says the flag is reprehensible and does not reflect our values of inclusivity and equality, as he unincludes the flag. Oh my goodness, this is too stupid for words. like, how can you sit there and talk about inclusivity and equality when you're really judging the heck out of the people of Mississippi and that state? Confederate symbols have been widely debated across the South, particularly since June 2015, when a white supremacist killed 9 black worshippers at a church in Charleston, South Carolina, as well as in 2017, when violence erupted as white nationalists held a rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. And due to that fact, what they've done is they've taken all of their insecurities and they've projected them onto these symbols. They projected their insecurities about racism onto the Confederate emblem. They've also done the same with statues and memorials that have been up since long before we were born, tearing them down. And really, this is dumb. This is really dumb. By saying that the flag is reprehensible and doesn't reflect our values, Phil Murphy, you're not from New Jersey. You are a puppet of a candidate, a puppet of a governor. I have absolutely zero faith that you are working in the best interest of average New Jerseyans. And at some point, I really do believe that the declaration of the sanctuary state, as well as several other instances, really should be brought up as, what do you think you're doing? Treasonous to an extent. But when it comes to this is just this flag situation is just another salvo in the culture war that's taking place here in the United States. And it's pretty nuts. Murphy said he made the decision after Democratic State Senator Sandra Cunningham D. Hudson raised the issue with him. Cunningham said in a statement that the flag symbolized an era of hate, violence, and division. To you, I believe, Senator Cunningham, but not to the people of Mississippi, not to the people of the South. What's happened here in the United States has been this purposeful, not misinformation, but misunderstanding or unwillingness to understand where our countrymen and people who don't live like us or look like us, how they interpret their lives and their cultures. Because that's the one beautiful thing about America, is that it's filled up with so many different cultures and so many different ways of being that, it's a clash. It's part of the reason why the Electoral College exists, because if the coastal states only, if it was a pure, it's the reason we're a republic instead of a democracy as a nation is that, the Midwest will get overrun due to the coastal states just having more populace, having larger populaces. So You know, Mississippians who voted in a 20 Mississippians who voted in a 2001 statewide election chose to keep the flag. They chose to keep it. Boom. Like that's on them. Like, why would you purposefully go out of your way to remove their state flag because because you feel as if it represents something. But it's not about what it represents to you. It's about what it represents to your countrymen. It's about what it represents to them. And I've actually known a lot of people from the South. I spent time in a ton of Confederate areas, and I gotta say, it's not a matter of hatred. It's a matter of, Southern pride. That's a symbol that represents, their family trees and their lineages in a lot of ways, because you can easily just go down and talk to people, and they'll tell you stories about how their family fought in the Civil War. And yeah, they fought for the Confederate side, which lost. But hey, we're not supposed to be jerks. We're supposed to be gracious in victory. We're supposed to be gracious in victory. And that's really what allowing these states and everyone to continue repping that symbol was. It's like, look, we won, but we don't want to kick you back in too hard about it. You can keep your little flag. And now the left is just completely set on erasing our history. And I personally just don't think that's a good idea. I don't think erasing history is a good idea. Those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. But several Mississippi cities and counties and all 8 of the state's public universities have stopped flying it in recent years amid criticism that the battle emblem is a racist reminder of slavery and segregation. Supporters of the flag says it represents history. What I just say. Copyright 2019, the Associated Press, blah, 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 blah. So that's the end of the article. But yeah, the people who support the flag, that's a part of their history. That's part of their family history. Now, do I agree? Of course not. Like, the last thing I want anybody to do is to go into the comments section and start talking about, oh, Jay, you wanted slavery to continue or anything else like that. No, not at all. But I do recognize that, it is a part of our history. And I don't believe it's a part of our history to be glorified, but I do believe it's a part of our history that we are better off keeping intact and serving as reminder as to how far we've come. And a big part of the reason I feel like we're in this position now where there's so much tension and animosity is because there's this overlying effort to take that history, a history which many don't really have a true connection to, particularly like immigrants. Immigrants don't have a true connection to American slavery. That's not to say immigrants don't have any connection to slavery in some way, shape, or form. But when it comes to the slavery that took place on American soil, then, that's not really like your history. That's not really your fight. And I've known Black people who are completely fine with the flag as well. So it really is just a matter of, one side versus the other. And when it came to the state's time to vote, the state said, yeah, we want to keep this. This is our history. This is something that represents us, and what it represents to you doesn't particularly mean it's going to be the same thing for the next person. And when the blue side, Democrats, liberals, whatever you want to call it, progressives, whatever you want to call that wing, when they go to take down flags and remove things, I really see that as more of an authoritarian move. That, hey, no matter what you say or what Mississippi voted on, we're still gonna stop flying your flag because boo boo, your head stuck in doo doo, stuff like that. And it's very childish. As a state, New Jersey has far more issues to concern itself with than a freaking flag. And I really wish that Phil Murphy would start addressing those things as opposed to this nonsense. I would prefer our fiscal house to be in order, our public pensions nice and paid off, and all that other good stuff. I believe all of that takes more precedence than this. This is nonsense. And I got another 11 seconds, so might as well encourage you to like, sub, share, speak. If you agree, disagree, I would love your thoughts in the comment section. And until the next one.